Don't ask. Don't even ask. Pouring with blood. Right, I'm going to blunder my way through this. I know I am. I might not even put this video up, but here goes. I'm just about to make some dough for my bread. Now, because I've got arthritis in my hands, my wrists are not good anymore. I don't know what you can see. There we are, my hands. I use a bread maker for doing the dough, and then I bake in the oven. Now, the bread maker makes perfectly good bread, but I prefer it done in the oven. So, here we go. Now, I've had an accident already. Now, look, both index fingers have been sliced. It's only for us. I'm not in catering or anything, otherwise I'd have to have plastic plasters and all sorts. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get round to doing the kneading, but I'll sort that out when it gets to it. But I better get my... I always use the same recipe, so I'm just going to get that out the drawer, and it's just scribbled down. Now, it's half a cup of warm water. Now, I always use cold milk, so my water is hot from the kettle. And I only use Bob milk. Oh, can you see? Bob milk, which is a free fat milk, only because it's what we prefer. You just use what you got. So you have half a cup of that. Oh, spilt that, never mind. I'll get a bit of tissue to wipe it off. I'll just put this back in the fridge. Yeah, you just use whatever you want to use, you use it. We prefer, as I say, low-fat things, and that Bob milk, it's best of both. So it's a skimmed milk, but it tastes like a semi-skimmed. Right, into there. This is my tin out of my bread maker. You have to remember to put the blade in. Into there we'll pop an egg. Just right, now 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter. I believe that's a tablespoon. That colour, yeah. All right, and yet again I've got low fat butter. It's Anchor butter, but it's lighter, spreadable. Because it's what we prefer. Peter does have trouble with gout with his feet, so try and stay on the lower butter. We try and stay on the lower fat things. And obviously, for my weight, it's probably a lot better for me. So it's 2 of them. Bread probably a couple of times a week. Yeah. Back in the fridge. 4 cups of flour. Now this is where I often go wrong because I forget. Counting to 4 and I even forget what I've done. What's that? There's a bit of flour in there already. It's a cup size. Now, this is bread flour. If you don't use bread flour, it tends to go, it's really heavy and horrible. I don't know why, don't ask me, because I'm not a baker. So I don't know the science of it. put a cloth because I'm a messy cook as well. Get more in there. You can half the mixture, you can do anything you like. So, but this is we found a one we like, so I tend to stick to it. The recipe that came with the bread maker, I don't use. Used it once, didn't like it. So that's one. That's two. 3 and 4. That's 4 cups of the flour. Oh, got some yeast in there. Get one of those out. Right. 2 teaspoons of yeast. I use this Tesco's fast action yeast. I have got other yeast, but it wasn't as nice as this one. So this is just one of those packs. Comes in like that. And 2 teaspoons. I put the whole thing in because I believe that's 2 teaspoons in there. I'm sure it is. And I'll put that in one corner on its own. And then to that we add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Just ordinary table salt. And I've lost my teaspoon. You know, I've had loads of these. This is 1/2 teaspoon. I've had loads of these and I've different sets and I've lost the whole, the teaspoon in all of them. So it's 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So this is half. One. So obviously that's 1 teaspoon and half. Don't put it near the yeast because it will stop the yeast rising. So you put it in another corner, out the way. And a tablespoon of sugar, and that's it. Clean tablespoon somewhere in here. Another box of chocolates, there's another tablespoon. Right, and that can go in another corner. Where's the salt? There's the salt, so going in that corner. And that goes in the bread maker. Now, I'll just take it over. Let's move you across. I'll mess everywhere. Let's just move you across the kitchen. Right, and there's my bread maker. It's in there. I've locked the pan in place. Yeah, it's a cheap bread maker. Not as good as my last one. But it's only a Cook's Works, which is Argos. It does the job. And as I say, I'm doing... I can't see. I'm doing dough, which is on number 9. So... where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And off we go. There we are. We come back later. Right, we're back. Now, it's had an hour and a half in the bread maker, so it's done its first rise in there. Excuse my fingers still. I've put plastic tape over them, but I'm trying to keep him out the dough as much as possible. Now, Peter likes small loaves. You can do, I prefer big loaves, but I'm just going to make 3 1-pound loaves out of this. It usually makes it okay. So we're going to cut it into 3. I keep saying I'm going to do some more rolls, but I haven't done yet. And then, in fact, I haven't. Look, that's really silly. Take a bit off of that one. You see, I don't measure, I don't do anything. One's going to be big. They've got to be all different sizes. Does it really matter? We're eating it, and that's not making it as a present or to sell or anything like that. Just put it, slap it in there. These have been greased. The tins have been greased. This one's going to be bigger. I don't normally do it like this at all, but it's really difficult when you've got your fingers all cut up. And they will stay in there. I will give them about an hour to just rise again after you've beaten them down. Well, 50 minutes maybe. 50 minutes, say. Right, now I'll just move this out of the way. These will get covered up with a clean tea cloth, a clean tea towel, and left. I don't put anything on the top of them. You can do a wash and all sorts, but I'm just going to leave them like that. Hopefully they will rise. You never know. Cover them up, leave them for 50 minutes to an hour, pop them in the oven, gas mark 5 for 20 minutes, and I'll be back and show you what they come out like. Right, see you soon. And there they are, just out the oven. 3 small loaves. I should have probably done a big one and a small one, you know, but because this one is tiny. But it's fine. 3 quite nice loaves. Oh, hot. Literally just out the oven. Yeah, not too small. Not too big. Just right. I sound like 3 bears. But there you go. As I say, they're the size that Peter likes, so he has little tiny slices of bread and they're fine. You could probably freeze one if you wanted. I don't. They don't last long because they're little, and they stay quite fresh that size for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I do use these. You've got to leave them there until they're really, really cool, longer than cool. You know, just leave them because they dry out, and I store mine in these bags. That is all I've got. Look, that is all I've got left of my last lot I've made. Teeny weeny end of a loaf. So, there they are. You might not be interested, but I thought, yeah, I was doing it, so I'll film it. Just for a change. Anyway, bye-bye.